Bug and I are going to work on touch. I'm going to grab a treat, put it in a fist, and then I'm going to hold that hand out. And when she boops that hand, I'm going to open the hand and let her have it. Treat and fist, boops, open my hand, let her have it. Now, if my timing is good, as she punches her nose into my fist with the treat, I'm going to say yes, and then open it. So I've got that marker. The behavior I want is nose touch, yes. When she tags my hand, the reward is the treat. Antecedent behavior consequence. So it's initially a visual cue. I present that fist is the antecedent, the behavior is the nose boop, the consequence is the treat. And I get the yes in right as she tags my hand. Right about here, I'm going to start saying, because it's very predictable, I know she's going to look for the fist. I'm going to start going, touch, yes, and give her the treat. Touch, yes, give her the treat. Touch, yes, give her the treat. Or I could use a verbal cue, boop, yes, she gets the treat. Boop, yes, she gets the treat. We've added movement because she was excited to play the game. She knows the game, so I want to make it more dynamic and more interesting for her. That's a cookie toss-off, and it's to give her a break from what we're doing in the moment. And so now what you're going to see me do is put the treat in one hand, but ask her to boop the other hand. So I'm showing you an empty hand, and then I'm asking her to boop that empty hand, and the reward comes from the other hand. This is to start making sure that Bug understands this isn't a bribe. There isn't always food in the hand I want her to target. I want her to target whatever fist I'm showing her, and especially if I use the verbal cue that I have chosen, touch or boop. So the treat is now always coming from the other hand, and I've added in a little movement just to be a little bit more dynamic. But what a great way to reward your dog, or to ask your dog and reward your dog for being next to you. What you see here is a little bit of me asking her to boop the hand in front of her, and then I am feeding with the opposite hand, and I'm making careful to do a big stretch across my body so I don't end up feeding her in front of me, which can sometimes accidentally teach your dog to trip you while you're working on leash walking. Toss a treat off just to give her a break so I know where I'm going and what I'm doing. Boop. Toss a treat. So here, I'm about to build in a little bit more of a dynamic touch. So I'm having her target it, the hand, with her nose, and then I toss the treat away. Generally speaking, she really likes this game, and she gets goofy and bouncy and silly because she really likes to chase treats. You're seeing her behavior being a little bit more chill and quiet just because, she's a little more chill and quiet today. When you look at the outdoor videos, you're going to see her really kind of chasing that treat and pouncing on it as though it were a little critter, which I kind of like. This game has been a great way to redirect her away from squirrels, but still allow her to do the behavior that she loves, which is to chase. These are all exercises that you may break down and work on one piece at a time. But what I want to show you here, and what I want to be clear about, is there is a bunch of ways to use this very basic touch targeting behavior to build engagement and to reinforce your dog for coming back to you, orienting towards you, checking in with you. Right there, you just saw me scatter a couple treats on the ground, and I said, all done, just to let her know that we're not going to do any more of that game. And I changed games where we're doing a little walking, touch targeting, and this time the treat is coming from the hand that is in front of her. So I'm having her target, I mark that moment, and I reach behind me to grab a treat. So I'm feeding her from the same hand that she targeted, which is great. Less chance that I reinforce my dog in front of me if I feed her from the wrong hand. So check the next couple sets of videos. We'll break down each behavior a little bit more so you can work on one thing at a time. But keep in mind that this is a great place to go, to get to keep your dog engaged and interested and you guys having fun with one simple cue. Constantly changing, how the cue happens, where you are, where the treat is coming from, and build up some more excitement with your dog so that they think you are an amazing person to work with. Oh, I don't know what happened there. She's a good girl. So the next couple of videos will be much more specific on the timing and each step that you can work on individually.